Welcome to the beautiful city of Lahore, where we are here at Gaddafi Stadium for the first T20 International, and it's the Bank Al Falah Jazz T20 series between Pakistan and New Zealand. Well, New Zealand coming at the back of a fantastic win. Pakistan, of course, have a chance to redeem themselves. A couple of forced changes for them, a couple of guys who've been injured, so they'll be playing some different combinations. New Zealand, well, they'll be hoping that they can carry on their momentum. We've got one more T20 left, so I think both the teams will be looking to bring their A game tonight. Bringing their A game tonight, so these gentlemen on my left are Waqar Yunus and Chris Harris. Thank you so much for joining me once again on pitch side. Waqar, previous game, Pakistan was lackluster. They weren't up to the mark in terms of their performance. There's been a couple of injuries as well. Yeah. So they've got to come out with a different plan and execute things well. What do you think they have to do differently?
Look, I mean, they got caught off guard. I feel in the previous match. I thought, you know, when you compare the two sides, Pakistan a lot more experience, a lot more. You know, they have so much, you know, gas in their side, but I didn't see that happen. I mean, Pakistan were outclassed totally by Chapman and New Zealand. They were just outstanding, and I feel Pakistan on the back foot now. They're just a little worried. They just and with the injuries all around, I have a feeling that you know, New Zealand got a fair chance of either winning this series or drawing this series.
Well, New Zealand is going to be very happy, relatively the happiest side, because they come in playing their second string side and they won a game, so they're going to be high on confidence.
Absolutely. I thought it was a brilliant turnaround after we saw them get bowled out for 90, and then to turn it around with some young bowlers. I thought they did really well to keep Pakistan to 178. At one stage it looked as though Pakistan, with 10 overs to go, could get to 200, which I think they probably should have, and I think the New Zealand bowlers bowled brilliantly. And then for them to come out after being bowled out so cheaply in that second T20, and for the likes of Tim Robinson, Tim Seifert, got them off to a great start, 54 in the first 6 overs, and then Dean Foxcroft, another young player, put on a 100-run with Mark Chapman, who was just the player of the match, just a man, outstanding innings, loves playing against Pakistan, and I'm sure he's going to love this surface out here. So New Zealand come here with lots of confidence. What
do you think are going to be the changes for Pakistan then? Two guys are injured, Irfan Khan and Mohammad Rizwan. And
then Imad also. I mean, we don't really know what's the story with Imad. He's in the side, and is he going to be fit or not? Azam Khan is not there. So they have few issues. So I feel, you know, Pakistan will play with few youngsters. Zaman might come in to play. Fakhar, I want to see Fakhar in the squad, so in the playing squad. So you know, the few issues, Zaman not there, we saw Abbas little off color, Usama Mir have got a fair chance of coming in the side. So they have got to get the right combination and make sure they play to their potential. I don't think they played to their potential last game, as Harry said, that you know, we got to really, you know, move the game quickly in the middle overs. That's what they need. All
right, plenty to discuss only after the short break, so don't go anywhere. Back on pitch side. Now the question for Pakistan cricket is, who are going to be replacing Mohammad Rizwan and Irfan Khan, the two guys who are out due to injuries? Whereas with New Zealand, let's see who they go with. We're just only a couple of moments away from the toss. The captains are out there with Arooj Mumtaz. It's over to you for the toss.
The action continues here in Lahore in the Bank Al Falah Presents Jazz 5-match T20I series between Pakistan and New Zealand. Remember, 2 to go. The level series is at 1-1 aside. Let's get right into it with the toss. I've got the two captains alongside, Babar Azam for Pakistan, Michael Bracewell for New Zealand, and the ICC match referee Andy Pycroft to make sure everything runs smoothly. Babar, you've got the coin? Let's go. Heads is the call. Pakistan have won the toss. Babar, what will you do and why?
We will ball first because of pitch is good. Especially in Lahore, you know, dew factor is better and chase as well.
Now, the recent PSL saw some 180, 190 scores. What would you like to restrict them to tonight?
To be honest, 170, 180 is past score, so we will try to for 6 hours up to the mark, and if you take early wickets and stick in 150, 160.
A couple of injuries to the side, different 11 tonight. What are the changes?
Yes, unfortunately we have 2 injuries, Rizwan and Irfan. So Ahmad in, Fakhar in, and Naseem and Shaheen is not playing, Amir and Abbas.
All right, plenty of changes then. Zaman Khan as well. Babar, thanks for talking to us and good luck for today. Michael, had your decision been the same or would you have batted as well?
Yeah, we would have had a bowl as well, yeah.
All right, okay. So now that they've put you in, again, I mentioned to Babar, 180 was 90 was a par score. You've had a look at the surface. What do you think would be par?
Yeah, I think around that 180 would be a good score on this wicket. Obviously, we just have to adapt to the conditions, and it's a new venue, so we need to be quick to adapt to the pitch in the outfield here and try to get a score on the board.
Well, you mentioned that quick to adapt. You mentioned that in Islamabad. What's the practice been like in trying to get an essence of what the surface might be?
Yeah, that's all you can sort of go off until you get into the game. So they've been great wickets here for training, and hopefully we can put that training into practice.
Team changes tonight?
Yeah, we've got 3 changes.
Okay.
Just need to remember them. Tom Blundell's coming in for Tim Seifert. He's got a bit of a sore back. And
that's
then
one.
Josh Clarkson is coming back in. It's great to have him back after a little bit of sickness. And then Ben Sears is coming into the team again as well.
Brilliant. You remembered all 3.
Yeah, thanks.
Good luck. Thanks for chatting to us.
Cheers. Thank you.
The news from the centre here at the Gaddafi Stadium is that Pakistan have won the toss and will have a bowl first. Now, what they will be bowling at in terms of a surface, I mentioned at the toss as well, 180, 190 to be precise, 187 a par score, batting first in the recent PSL. Looks a similar surface, still has a little bit of a drier end to it. That just means the spinners might come into play. But all in all, looks a good surface to bat on. The ball should come on nicely. Pakistan looking to restrict New Zealand to lesser than 160. It should be a good game, even contest both with bat and ball.
Well, Pakistan have won the toss and they have elected to field first, and there's been quite a few changes on both the sides, starting off with Pakistan. Bakar, we'll get to see Fakhar Zaman in action. We can talk about him. I'm sure we can look at have a closer look at the team later on. But there's Ahmad Wasim, there's Fakhar Zaman. So they've made, they were talking about rotation policy in this series, and that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, I think that's being positive. You see New Zealand on the other side. They also keep making changes because World Cup is around the corner, so that you want to just explore all the options and see where you are before you announce your 15 for the World Cup. So I think it's a good move. I want to see Fakhar because I feel that Fakhar is a match winner, and if he gets going up front, so things can really, he can change things.
All right, what about New Zealand then? There's been quite a few changes for them, and like we spoke about the fact that they were really impressive. Mark Chapman in particular loves playing against Pakistan.
Absolutely, and it's unusual to change a winning team, but I think there's a couple of forced changes. Tom Blundell comes in for Tim Seifert, who's got a bit of a sore back, so that was a forced change. Now, Josh Clarkson was probably going to play in the early T20s, if not all of them, and got a little bit of sickness when we were up in Rawalpindi, so he's now fully fit. So he gets his position back in. And also Ben Sears comes in for Zach Folkes. So they like to rotate the bowlers. So there has a couple of forced changes, not too many. But I'm sure New Zealand are going to come out firing like they did in Rawalpindi. We're going to see the opening batsmen go hard from the start. And I think they're going to have to score at least 180 on the surface.
Yeah, that is the par score here in these conditions in Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore. We'll be taking a short break. And when we do come back, we'll be having a closer look at the team. Back on pitch side, in case you guys have missed out, New Zealand are going to be batting first. Pakistan won the toss and they elected to field, and there's been quite a few changes for them as well. Tom Blundell will be seen in action today, Chris.
Yes, he will. I think he'll just come in as a straight swap because he'll obviously keep wickets and probably expect to see him open the batting. Josh Clarkson will slide into the middle order, and the other change from a bowling point of view is Zach Folkes is out and Ben Sears is back.
All right, speaking of Pakistan, there's been a few changes for them as well. In fact, there have been 2 forced ones. Remember, Rizwan and Irfan Khan are out because they're injured, but then they're also trying all different combinations, Waqar. I mean, What do you make of these changes?
Look, when I look at the side, I feel that there is a a missing of balance. When you look at it, there's a lot more bowlers in the side, but then of course you want to give the responsibility to the top order. Babar up front, Saim Ayub, then Usman. I think that's a good move to make him play at number 3. Fakhar can bat any number. For me, I think he's a match winner. You can bat him at Fakhar, similar number. Shadab might float somewhere in the top 4 or 5. And then Imad all-rounder, and then all the bowlers. We got a lot of strength in the bowling. We got 6 genuine bowlers, and then we have Saim Ayub who can bowl, Iftikhar will bowl. So not short of bowlers is the batting where we are a little bit thin.
All right, there you heard it from Waqar Yunus that we're going very bowler heavy. Lots of bowlers who are part-time bowlers and can be bowling for Pakistan as well. But it's time to hear the thoughts from Waqar Yunus himself, what he feels should be our final World Cup squad when you look at the 15. It's time for expert predictions. Right then, so who has made it to the final cut? When you look at Waqar Yunus' squad, I'm just going to open the floor for you.
Look, you put me on the spot a bit too early for the World Cup, but this is what I feel. If they all fit, then I think this is my squad, which Babar Azam, Saim, Fakhar Ayub, Fakhar Zaman up three openers, and then you got Rizwan, Usman Khan. I think he needs a go in the World Cup, and then of course you have Azam Khan. I feel that if you're going to have 2 wicket keepers, then he should be in the side. He's another match winner. Iftikhar, Shadab definitely comes in the side automatically. Imad, Wasim, Abrar. I feel that you'll be needing a mystery spinner, so that's why I've gone with Abrar. And then Usama Mir. I feel Pakistan might need an extra spinner there in West Indies and US, so an extra spinner in the side, and then the 4 pacers, Shaheen Afridi, Naseem Shah, Mohammad Amir, and Harif Rauf if he is fit.
Well, there you heard it from Waqar Yunus. This is his 15. We'll be talking about it more in detail, but that was the expert predictions for you. Oh, we've got plenty of spinners in your squad, Waqar. And are you going with the same opening combination of Saim, Ayub and Babar Azam?
Look, I think we have got enough depth in the all-round department. When you talk about Shadab, Imad, them two, we consider them as a batsman also. That's why I've kept an extra bowler in the side, because there is a issue of injuries around Imad's knee, and so I've kept one extra spinner, Usama Mir, who's been wonderful. And looking at the conditions in USA and West Indies, conditions going to be slow and probably more helpful for the spinners. So that's why I'm going more toward the spin department, and then of course the 4 genuine pacers who are more experienced, and they bring a lot to the table.
What about New Zealand then? Who are the players that you're looking at currently playing who you think will make it to the World Cup squad?
I think New Zealand have pretty much got their squad sorted. There's a couple of players here, obviously on the fringes. I'm pretty sure Mark Chapman would have been there anyway, but he's certainly going to be there now. Ish Sodhi, and I think another look at obviously the skipper on this series, Michael Bracewell. He's a player that's obviously does everything, bats, bowls, fields well. He's bowled beautifully over here. He's got a phenomenal economy rate, so I think he's one that could force himself into the squad late. So they could be the 3 for me that I think New Zealand will be looking at throughout the series, and perhaps one of the seamers as well, because we've got plenty over here.
What if win this series? I think you should take this team to the World Cup rather than the one playing in the IPL.
Well, it's just great to have these guys backing up, because like you said, it's a wee way away and injuries things. So to have some experience gained over here and some players that have been playing the format and in form, it's great to know that we've got some players ready to go at a moment's notice if needed.
So true.
All right, you heard it from Chris. They've got plenty of players who are getting experience out there, and they've been performing. We've seen the likes of Mark Chapman already. Obviously, he's not somebody who's new, but he loves playing against Pakistan and scoring against Pakistan. Thank you so much for your thoughts once again, Chris and Waqar. It's always a pleasure to have you guys on our show. Pakistan has won the toss and they have elected to field first, and we'll be seeing you guys on the other side shortly after we take this break. Don't go anywhere.